Will Ethereum outperform Bitcoin for 2022 like it has done for the last 2 years? Let's take a look at the ETH charts and take a jab at where it might go. Thank you for checking out the channel. Every day we put out a new video about cryptocurrency education, markets, giveaways, and more. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss out on any content. Now, let's go to the moon. Before we jump into the charts, I thought this was impressive. There's 10 million Ethereum locked in the ETH 2.0 staking contract, about $26 billion worth of Ethereum. Also, if you haven't checked in a while, the watchtheburn.com, after the EIP 1559, Ethereum started to get burned, and you can see there was 1.9 million Ethereum burned, about $5 billion, which is super impressive. So you need to take in consideration that Ethereum is now actually deflationary, and there's a ton being burned instead of it being generated and causing just massive sell pressure. I wanted to note that out. The NFT volumes has slowed down drastically. I should pull that up. This is the OpenSea data, and if we take a look at the OpenSea monthly NFTs sold, you can see, and this is in Ethereum, I think 2.4 million Ethereum, 2.1 million Ethereum, and then this month, just 700,000. So a huge decrease in volume and interest, in my opinion, as my NFTs haven't got sold yet. So if we go ahead and jump into the charts, I'm seeing a few things. First of all, we had this huge run-up right here last year, which gave us about 170%. And with these types of run-ups to the extreme upside, even to the downside, you will see some sort of consolidation after, or even a counter trend move. So this could basically retrace into former resistance, which now would turn support. So for example, it could retrace into this area and actually still remain bullish if it doesn't break this right here, which I wouldn't want to see Ethereum do that. So let's take a look. Right now, I believe we are seeing a continuation pattern. As I mentioned, when the price moves up this quickly, this fast, you can see how aggressive that was, 170%. Price needs to take a breather. So when I'm looking at continuation patterns, I'm looking for the price to, and it's in the name, to consolidate and then actually continue to the upside, as we are still in an uptrend. And this is the ETH BTC chart. This is Ethereum against Bitcoin. So it might be more profitable to have your Bitcoin converted into Ethereum so you can get some gains and actually make some more Bitcoins. That's my whole strategy. I want to double, triple, and just tenfold my Bitcoins. And if I can do it on an easy trade on a blue chip like Ethereum, and I'll go ahead and do that. So we're still in an uptrend, and I'm looking at a few things. You can see that the daily, if I'm using the 50 and 200 day moving average, we had the golden cross right here. It's been in an uptrend ever since, and now this is the actual first time we are coming into the moving average. So that's not a bad buy. You can actually take that buy and then use a stop loss maybe below this. So this was the previous higher low. And I'm also seeing a few things which kind of makes me think that this is an ascending triangle. So for an ascending triangle, we need higher lows right here, which we're getting higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, and this could be like the same low. It just couldn't invalidate that. So with us looking at those higher lows, we can draw this trend line right here. Kind of makes it more easy for us to see it like that. And then we can draw the resistance right here. And this was just a fake out. So a lot of people may have, take that breakaway trade or whatever it may be, and then it faked out all the way down here. So looking at where it is on the trend line and the moving average, I have a good, more than likely that it should give us a little bounce. Maybe it'll give us 10%, maybe it'll go and retest the resistance. If we're lucky, it'll break right through. If it breaks these lows right here, then I would expect it actually to continue falling and for Bitcoin to lead. If this breaks this zone that we've kind of been trading in right here, I expect it not to be the prettiest for Ethereum. So let me get a channel, a parallel channel. You know, it's kind of just trading in here, more within this triangle. If it breaks this lows, I'm looking at this first, but sometimes you can get those, you know, deep wicks, and then it just moves up. So that happens all the time. But let's take a look at if it breaks this, where I'm expecting it to go. So I've been trading this pair for a very long time, and it's been consolidating since May. That's a ton of time for it to really not do much, honestly. Just kind of fluctuate, consolidate in this channel. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to use my Fibonacci right here, put it to the resistance line, and these are my first targets, honestly. And you can see how it matches up with previous all-time highs and previous resistance. So right here, and then the 127 actually is perfectly matches with the previous all-time high, and those are kind of my targets. So at this price right here, if you got in, and let's just take a look, I still think it's 100. Yeah, it's 100%. If it went to all-time highs. So what that means is if you bought here, if you used 1 Bitcoin and my price reached, you would have over 2 Bitcoins. You would have doubled your Bitcoins on a relatively safe trade, because you're not going in like some Shiba Inu coin or some random shit coin that you can lose 70, 80, 90% of your, or even get rug pulled and lose everything, all your capital. So we more than likely won't see that with Ethereum. So if we break this ascending triangle, and some people could be looking at this as a flag, regardless, they're both continuation patterns, and now it's bouncing off the trend line and the moving average. So I'm looking for this to bounce here. If not, then other areas I can see retracements to is this zone right here. If it does break down, then I see Ethereum, because there's 2 things I want you guys to see. This is the first area I'm thinking right here, off like this, these support, this prior resistance, which would turn into support. And what Ethereum does is it does crazy moves to the upside, does the same thing to the downside. So let me get my brush out. That's the trend line right here, brush. You can see these huge moves to the upside, but right here as well. But it also does the same thing to the downside. So don't want you to get caught off guard just thinking it could move up. I'm looking at things like the 10 million Ether locked into ETH 2.0, at all the Ethereum being burned, at the volume that the NFT markets bring, because this all helps Ethereum. It brings more demand for Ethereum, and it reduces supply. So I'm hoping that we actually break to the upside here, and however it happens, we reach my target, and then I'll exit majority of my Ethereum back into Bitcoin, and I'll wait for Ethereum to, you know, bottom out per se, and then stack up Ethereum and just keep repeating this cycle, and repeat it as many times as I can. So that's my analysis on the Ethereum Bitcoin pair. Just doing a quick video because we're about to go to the NELK Metacard meetup, which we used Ethereum to buy. So it's going to be awesome. We'll probably put out the vlog as soon as we can, so keep watching that. And then to end, we have our Bitcoin Miami giveaway. We're official partners with Bitcoin 2022 in Miami, so check out our giveaway. We're flying out 1 person. We're covering all the hotels. We're covering their Bitcoin ticket. It's going to be crazy. Your life could change. If you don't know anything about crypto, you know, sign up anyways. You can, that would be the best place to start learning and start stacking. So if you have any questions, post them below, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.